For my creative personal project, I made a 3-canvas painting of sorts to portray my favorite character in a series. So this is the first one, second, and then the third. So if you hold them up all together, you'll see that the bricks line up with one another. And I'll just show one. On each individual one, it's a brick background followed by turquoise on the brick instead of red, which is normal for a brick layout. And then it also has gold flakes and quotes from the series. Each of the quotes is something that I feel like speaks to the character in either a negative or a positive way. It really just helps set her up in the series. So, for instance, like one of the quotes says, "You cannot pick and choose what parts of her to love." Like, it's just really develops her as a character, all of these different quotes. Kind of like, for instance, like all of your favorite sayings or whatnot. Just kind of shapes her as a character. The blue, so I didn't just choose turquoise. It's turquoise and gold are actually the color of her eyes. And then the brick layout kind of focuses on like her troubles and how with every wall she climbed, she encountered another one, and it's just constant throughout the entire series. And so, yeah. I got the idea for my personal creative project from Pinterest. Not like what to do or anything. It was just like I knew I wanted to do something about this series because it kind of shaped or helped my few years in high school, but I didn't know how to like portray that in a creative manner. So I was looking on Pinterest for ways to kind of bring it to life, and that's kind of how I decided to do it. My mom offered me the greatest help with my project. She helped me pick out the products to use, and I took her advice when considering what type of tape to use. When it came to masking, like the brick lines and everything, however, that kind of didn't work out so well. I had to go back over it and color it in with a bunch of white because the paint bled through. But I figured that she would know the best since she usually paints the rooms in our house and since she's been doing it for so long. But I guess I just didn't do it right. But now I know. It was extremely difficult in deciding what to do because I knew I needed to branch out from something that I don't traditionally do, but I had no idea where to start. So when painting, I usually just find a picture to recreate, or it's something that someone I know needs or wants. Never once had I created something based on my personal interests in anything, let alone a series. So this was kind of new for me. So not to mention that the time constraints that I was given, I only had a month to do this, and with everything that I had going on top of this, it probably could have turned out better, but this is just what I got. So I ultimately decided to do it over fall break when I was home with my family to get my mom's help and input. The most difficult problem I faced was selecting how to accurately portray the character that I chose, which is the main character in the series, Elaine. because there are 8 books and each book has like 600 pages each. So a lot of quotes to choose from, a lot of different shaping of the character to choose from. It just took a lot of time to figure out what key details I wanted to include. Now that I've completed this project, I kind of originally wanted to make a table, which is really far from what I chose, but I wanted to do something that was completely out of my comfort zone, which didn't end up happening. But what I wanted to do was make a maple, like a dark maple table, excuse me, with epoxy in the middle, kind of like an epoxy river. And then I wanted gold flaked legs, metal legs, yeah. But I'll probably just end up doing that sometime later, which could be fun. So yeah, because I wanted my grandfather's input, so